Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome back to our bid to find baseball's greatest team. Today we're in Milwaukee to find out who was the Brewers' best team in their history. 1982 up against 2011. A little bit of controversy here. This is for a place in the National League side of the draw, and 1982 I believe was an American League side. So they were a 95-67 record in their regular season. 2011 was 96-66. So we're going to have a one-off game here. Default to major, to modern era game strategy. World Series rosters if available. I can't remember which of these teams made the World Series now or not. And injuries will not be happening. So let's go see who's playing for both sides. Alright, so we can see both of the rosters here with their season records as well. So if you want to have a bit of a longer look, pause, zoom in away from my face. You don't want to see that any closer than you have to. And yeah, well, you can see how everybody did through their regular seasons. But let's check the starting lineups. Okay, so leading off the 1982 Brewers, we have Paul Molitor at center field. Then we have Jim Gartner at second base, batting second. Robin Yolt, anyway, a shortstop, batting third. Cecil Cooper at first base, cleaning up. Gorman Thomas in right field, bats 5. Ben Ogilvie is in left field, batting 6. Don Money at, what a great name, at where's he at third base, batting 7. Ted Simmons catches at 8, and Don Sutton is their man on the mound. Then 2011, it is Nigel Morgan in center field, batting leadoff. Then Corey Hart in right field, bats second. Ryan Braun at third base is in left at third. Ryan Braun's in left field, everybody. He's batting 3. Prince Fielder. There's a name from the past. He cleans up at first base. Martin Maldonado catches at 5. Then Ricky Weeks Jr. second base, bats 6. Craig Counsell, 41-year-old Craig Counsell at shortstop, bats 7. Casey McGee at third base, bats 8. And it is Yovani Gallardo on the mound for 2011. Okay, so let's get this game underway. A big thank you to all my Patreon and channel members as they scroll across the bottom there. As ever, if you're new to the channel, welcome. There is links to my social media and all that kind of stuff below if you're interested in following me for some reason. And yeah, well, we have a leadoff single for the 1982 side. I can't believe I've managed to pick a Brewers game here without Dave Nielsen. Probably Australia's greatest ever player. Certainly non-pitcher anyway. Robin Yolt will come in with 1 out. And full strikeout. Throwing that at second. That's how you do that. Inning over. Quick as you like. Alright, so Naya Morgan maybe it is. Anyway, he's going to lead things off. It's a 3-1 pitch. And he has grounded that to the shortstop for 1 away. Yeah, no, I did. I think I tried to check. My notes are not always very accurate when I sort of set stuff up like this. I don't think the Brewers have ever had a team in the World Series, have they? I don't think either of these teams made the World Series. Yeah. I get teams mixed up all the time. I'm trying to think now if the Brewers have had a World Series team that I can remember if I'm getting them mixed up with somebody else. Anyway, it's Cecil Cooper coming up now. He is... what we got here, top of the second. I just went to check if any team had made the World Series. As I said, I get teams mixed up all the time. And there was a good Brewers side, I think, but I obviously they didn't make the World Series. And I get that's very, very deep. It's Gorman Thomas, and he has given the 1982 Brewers the lead. It's a 2-run home run, 384 feet over right field, and just like that, 1982 jump out to a lead. Lorenzo Cain, did he ever play for the Brewers, or is this where I'm getting myself mixed up? That's another hit up the middle on a 3-1 pitch. Ben Ogilvie. And still with none out, it's Don Money even. A 1-2 pitch. There's a strikeout for 1 away. In comes Ted Simmons. A 3-1. And it's a double play, isn't it? 1-2. There we go. That'll do it for the top of the second, but not before it's a 2-run lead. Yeah. So anyway, as I said, I get to Prince Fielder. Now Prince Fielder, I remember him at the Tigers, and he was just an absolute big money flop, almost quite literally, as that gets pushed straight up into the air. Prince Fielder is one of those guys that makes you realise you do have an athlete's body after all. But yeah, he was just. I mean, I get that he had power, but there was just nothing else to him in terms of a professional athlete. But there we go. That's a 1-2-3 inning. And 1982 are looking like they've got this, you have to say, kind of covered, don't they? Ricky Weeks Jr. strikes out looking. No, that was Gallardo, was it? Going well. Going very, very well. I'm as good as the Brewers, apparently. Paul Molitor. He gets a walk. So 1 on, 1 out. And it is Jim Gardner now. He is 0 for 1, of course. First pitch. There goes the runner. Is he going to get there? Looks like it. And they have their third run in scoring position with 1 away. Can Gardner drive it in? It's a 2-1. Gardner, it's not going to get past the third baseman, and that'll be that for 2 away. And next man up will, of course, be Robin Yount. Yount? I'm trying to figure out how you'd say that. It's like Mount with a Y. Yount. Anyway, he's got it into centre field, and that should score the third run. Focus on the game, Aussie. And that is that. So 3-0 now. Yount gets an RBI single, and it is Cecil Cooper. An 0-1. And there goes Yount, and he gets there. So another run in scoring position. Can old Cecil drive it in? A 1-1 pitch. And he has got it through, and that will surely make it 4-0 to the 1982 Brewers. And, well, yeah, like I say, they look fairly comfortably the better side here. But we've got a pitching change now. It's Francesco Rodriguez. Let's see if he can bring things back. He's facing Thomas, who hit the 2-run home run last inning, as it turns out. And he has popped that one up into left field. And that'll do it for the top of the third. But it is 4-0. Can 2011 start to peg this back? It is Craig Counsell to lead them off. An 0-1 pitch. And he has grounded that to the second baseman for 1 away. In comes Casey McGee. First pitch. McGee grounds it to the second baseman. 2 away. And it'll be George Cotteris. There's a great name. So he has come into the game, hasn't he? Because I definitely didn't read that one out to start. So when they've made the pitching change, they've taken out the catcher. So they've taken out Maldonado. He was their catcher, wasn't he? And they've brought in Cotteris, a Canadian. So Ogilvy will come up to bat now. He's 1 for 1 today. He's going to lead off the top of the fourth. It's an 0-2 pitch. And it is a ground ball that is out at first. So that's 1 away. Don Money, 0 for 1. An 0-1 pitch. And that is through, is it? Yes, it is. So a 1-out single for Don Money. You get the feeling that's what Trump wants to call himself, don't you? Ted Simmons, 0 for 1. It's a 2-0 pitch. And that is over third base into left field. And will the runner stop at second? Yes. So 2 on, 1 out. 1982 continue to chug along. Don Sutton to the plate. He is 0 for 1. A 2-1 pitch. And he tries to bunt. Misses. No, he just leaves it. So it's a 3-1 pitch now. And it is the world's worst bunt. Straight back to the pitcher to catch. And that is 2 away. And it is Molitor now, who is 1 for 1 with a walk. It's a 3-0. He draws a walk to load the bases with 2 away. This could be the game, couldn't it? This could be the game. It's Jim Gardner. He's 0 for 2. It's a 2-2. Gardner down the first base line, but not past the first baseman. And Prince Fielder miraculously has been able to get down and field that. And no runs cross the plate. Morgan, 0 for 1, will step up. It's a 1-1 pitch. And he's hit that well into left field, but it's a very, very good catch by Ogilvy out there, and that is 1 away. Corey Hart, who is 0 for 1. It's a 1-2 pitch. He strikes out for 2 away. And it brings Ryan Braun up. 0 for 1. It is a 3-1 pitch. Braun probably didn't need to swing at that, and he's going to be caught in centre field to end the fourth. So they're still hitless. They're 4 runs down. And we go to the fifth. It is Yount. It's one of these, I get the feel, oh, he's absolutely belted that, has Yount. And that is, it's left the stadium, hasn't it? It's 5-0. It's 445 feet. And, yeah, I get the feeling this guy is particularly famous, and you're yelling at the screen, you muppet. That's not how you pronounce that name. But Robin has absolutely belted that. It'll bring Cooper to the plate now. A first pitch swing. And that is going to drop in. Yes, in that little triangle between shortstop, centre field and left field. And Cooper has himself a single. So 1 on, none out for Thomas, who already has a home run today, a 2-1. And Thomas has launched into another one, and Thomas has sent that out of the stadium as well for the second time this inning. We've lost 2 balls out there. 459 feet. It is 7-0. And these 1982 Brewers, well, they might rattle a few cages as we go through this competition. Sean Markham comes onto the mound now. He's going to face Ogilvy. It's a full count. There is still no one out in this inning. And there is now, as Ogilvy strikes out, 1 away. It brings Don Money. It's a 3-1. And it is a walk. So 1 out, 1 on, and Ted Simmons to the plate, who is 1 for 2. First pitch. Simmons, is it going to get through? No, it's a double play if it doesn't. And that'll end at the top of the 5th, but not before 2 balls get launched onto the street. And it is now 7-0 to 1982. Prince Fielder to lead things off, 0 for 1. It's a 1-1 pitch. And Prince Fielder sends one straight up. Waddles down the first base line. And is caught. 1 away. Carlos Gomez, who is centre field. He's coming to the game at some point. And he strikes out on a 1-2 pitch. So that is 2 down now for Ricky Weeks, who is 0 for 1. It's a first pitch. Ricky Weeks hits that well into right field. Is it going to drop in? It is, but it's right field's glove that it drops into. So that'll do it for the 5th. Still no hits for 2011. And Don Sutton will lead off the inning for 1982. It's a full count. And he draws the walk. Walking the opposition pitcher. That is a cardinal sin, isn't it? Molitor now, who is 1 for 1 with a walk. It's a first pitch swing. And he has hit that well into centre field. But he'll be caught out there. Runner will stay at first, I imagine. Yes. And it's 1 away. In comes Jim Gartner, who is 0 for 3. Full count. Gartner, pitcher killer up the middle into centre field. And runner will stop at second. So 2 on, 1 out. And it is Robin Yount. Anyway, 1-1 pitch. He launched one last time. This time it stays in the field, but it's going to... Oh, it's not going to drive in a run. It loads the bases, though. 1 away. And it is Cecil Cooper, who is 3 for 3. It's an 0-1 pitch. And Cecil... Oh, it could be a double play. It could end the inning. Oh, surely you've got to go second, third. I mean, I guess they stopped the run. They stopped the run, so no harm, no foul, I guess. 2 away. You haven't given up a run. But still, there was a double play to be had there, surely. It is Thomas, who has hit 2 home runs, 4 RBIs already. If he launches one here, it'll be a legend of the channel, but it's a wild pitch. It is now 8-0. Everybody moves around one, so runners at second and third. And can Thomas get us to double figures? It's a full count. And he walks, so he reloads the bases. And it is Ben Ogilvy, who is 1 for 3. A 2-2 pitch. Ogilvy gets it over and into left field. It's going to score 1. Is it going to score a second? With 2 out, you've got to go for it. It gets there. It's a 2 RBI single. It is double digits. It's 10-0 in the 6th. And it is Marco Estrada coming onto the mound to face Don Money. It's a full count. He strikes out. The 6th inning is over, and so is the game in truth. It's 10-0, and the 2011 yet to get a hit. Sutton to face Craig Counsell, who is 0 for 1. It's an 0-1 pitch. Counsell grounds it to the second baseman. So that is 1 away. In now comes McGee. He's 0 for 1. It's a 2-1 pitch. And it's a ground ball to the third baseman. That is 2 away. And it'll bring up George Cotteris, 0 for 1. As are all of his teammates, really. And another ground ball to the second baseman. Another out at first. And that'll do it for the 6th. Another scoreless inning for 2011. Ted Simmons to lead things off. He's 1 for 3. It's a first pitch swing. And that is a ground out to the second baseman for 1 away. In now comes Don Sutton. 0 for 2. It's a 2-2 pitch. And it's a strikeout for 2 away. And it brings up Paul Molitor now, who is 1 for 2. It's a full count. 2 out, none on. Molitor gets down looking, and that'll be time to stretch. It is 10-0. But there's still a lot to play for here, isn't there? Especially if you're a pitcher. Alright, welcome back. It is Mark Conce, the pinch hit. And obviously Don Sutton continues on the mound. It's a 2-2 pitch. And that is into center field. It should be... Oh, it is catchable. Only just Molitor with a good catch. 1 away. In comes Corey Hart now, who's over 2. A 1-0. And that is a ground ball to the third baseman for 2 away. Up steps Ryan Braun. He is 0 for 2. It's a 1-0 pitch. And Braun lines it straight to the first baseman. That'll do it for the 7th. It is still scoreless, still hitless. And we go to the top of the 8th with Gartner to lead things off, 1 for 4. It is a 2-1 pitch. Gartner hits it well into right field for a leadoff single. I mean, this could be anything, really, couldn't it, by the end? Yount steps in. He's 3 for 4. It's a 2-1 pitch. He has grounded that. It's a chopper, though. He might get a hit on that. He does. So, 2 on, none out. And it is Cecil Cooper who's 3 for 4. First pitch, Cecil. That could be a double play ball. They get the man at second. They turn the double. Runner goes to third on the play. And it'll be Gorman Thomas to try and drive in his 5th RBI of the game. It's an 0-2 pitch. Thomas strikes out. That'll do it for the 8th. The top of it anyway. We'll go to the bottom of the inning. It'll be Sutton to face Prince Fielder, who is 0 for 2. First pitch. And Prince Fielder has ruined everything. It is a solo home run. In the bottom of the 8th, there goes the no-hitter. There goes the perfect game. There goes the shutout. It is 10-1. And really, that's all he can do, isn't it? He's such a frustrating person. Anyway, Carlos Gomez. Can you tell I was a Tigers fan when he was there? And that will be out at first. He was really... That was where the Tigers... I was probably... And I don't know enough about the finances of baseball, especially back then. I think it was a little bit more sort of straight up and down. Like, there was less creative financing. But the money they spent on him, arguably, after when they had such a good team, arguably they're still recovering from it. I think him and Cabrera, getting Cabrera off the wages, I think, was a good thing for them. But we're not here to talk about the Tigers, are we? All right, so we go to the 9th. It's Ogilvy. And at this point, there's not really anything left in the game, is there, if we're honest? Ogilvy strikes out, so that's 1 away. In comes Don Money. He's 1 for 3. A 1-1 pitch. And that is to the shortstop. Craig Counsell will make that play. So that is 2 away. And it brings Ted Simmons up. 1 for 4. It's a full count with 2 out. And he strikes out to end the inning. And we've just got to sort of play out the formality here. Can Sutton get a complete game? He would only be the 2nd in this series so far to do that. Hal Newhouser was the first. And I think he pitched a shutout. Obviously, this isn't going to be a shutout. In fact, is it going to be another run? It is. So, George Cotteris sends one over. So, 2 hits. They both left the stadium. And it's 10-2. Does Sutton get pulled out here? No, he keeps going. Jonathan LaCroix will come in to pinch hit. It is a full count. And it is a walk. So, 1 on, 1 out for Corey Hart. He's over 3. It's a 2-1 pitch. Corey Hart hits it hard, but right field makes a good catch. That is 2 away. So they're down to their final out. It is Mike Caldwell coming onto the mound to finish it off. It is Ryan Braun at the plate. It's a 1-0 pitch. Is this the end of the game? It is lined straight to the shortstop. And decimation for the 1982 Brewers. They will be moving on. So perhaps controversially, the 1982 Brewers will be representing Milwaukee in the National League side of the draw, but that's how it is. I guess what I could do is I could move the Brooklyn Dodgers over. Anyway, no, let's not do that. But there we go. So they were moving on. They looked a pretty handy side, didn't they? They really, really did. So I wonder if they'll do some damage when we get to the draw proper. Not far away now, of course. Next up, we're in Pittsburgh to find the best team in Pirates history. They've not been much for a long time now, but they have some very good teams in their past, and we will be seeing which of those will be representing them as we move forward. If you've enjoyed that one, thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and I will see you next time in Pittsburgh. Hopefully you're looking forward to that. Take care.